Hi, GuidoFox here. Welcome by a new book report. Today I want to discuss this book, Models from Mark Manson, Attract Women Through Honestly. I read this book. I'm for 10 years already in game, in seducing women, day game, night game. I read a lot of literature. I also wrote my own book, Social Day Love, about dating and attraction. You can find it on Amazon, Social Day Love, and bol.com. So you can also buy my own book about dating experience, dating skills, and seducing models. Yeah, it's a very advertisement title, right? Models. I think it's good for the sales and attract women through honestly. Yeah, actually, I am a little bit fed up with this honestly way of behavior. Always be honest, always be clear in your communication, always telling the truth. Don't have filters here. Is not working out in game, in meeting women, in dates. So be honestly, I know there are dating coaches who are teaching guys to say, "Oh, sorry, I'm a little bit nervous, but I saw you walking. You seem so wonderful, women. But sorry, I'm still nervous, so I cannot talk properly to you." So there are dating coaches even dating women through this honestly method to put everything out what is in your system. But the women are thinking, "Oh, you're a really nervous guy. I sorry, this wonderful tan model is not interesting in nervous guys." So I don't believe I wrote also blogs about this honestly. I should say social calibration, social appropriate behavior, right? So if you don't like the dress of the model in this case, by the way, I find models very hard cold distance wise, and only you can meet models mostly towards social, small social dynamics. So, but that's another discussion. That's another discussion, right? But if you say to a model, you have your dress is not fitting, I don't like your shoes, and you are completely honest about that, and you share that, of course, she doesn't like that, and you will be rejected. So this all honestly title and being completely yourself and unfiltered attitude towards dating. And I know maybe you use this only for the title of this book for commercial settings, but yeah, honestly, it's not working. I should say social calibration. Another example, I wait always when a woman is out of a row, right? The best, I mean, if it's not possible, you have to approach a woman in a row. But mostly I walk out of the supermarket, wait when she's out of the supermarket, and it will be more appropriate to approach her on that position. Because there's less pressure from the matrix, the conversations are more smoothly. And if you look at this method of honestly directness, unfiltering behavior, you're coming also in a lot of awkward social situations. So I should say social calibration. What is social appropriate in the situation, and it is not social appropriate to tell every time that you're so nervous that you approach her. It is not social appropriate to say that you don't like her dress, to polarize probably the conversation. But in my opinion, don't do that. A whole chapter about non-neediness. I find also this non-neediness philosophy that you don't need any attention, that you are not needy to text her back every minute, every hour of the day of trying to get her on a date. I understand that fully, right? But this guy is in his book constantly about non-neediness, and you don't need the attention, blah 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 blah. But what happens nowadays is that men are reading this material, this crap material. I'm sorry to say this, but they are holding themselves in. Oh, no, no, I don't text her today because that is needy. I wait with approaching now, maybe later in the evening, but maybe I'm too needy. I'm maybe a too nice guy to ask her on a dinner now. Maybe it's too much. So what the non-neediness method is causing by guys is that they afraid to take action. They every time they want to do something, they say, "Oh, probably that is too needy. Oh no, I'm not texting back in 1 hour because maybe that is too needy." So you create a very much proportion of guys who will be more called distance-wise arrogant behavior towards women because they think that every action they take is a needy way of behavior. And I see it myself. I'm dating coach already 10 years, and they're playing the cold tough guy because of this Mr. Nice Guy philosophy. They're playing the non-needy guy with their sunglasses in the club who don't want to need any attention. And it works not out. You have to take action, right? You have to take action. Sometimes I even tell my clients to be needy. Needy game. Be needy. Be persistent. That's the right word. I miss persistence in this book. I miss striving towards that crash pulse to get the women home at the same day you met. You have to push sometimes. You have to show that you really like her. She will testing you there too. So sometimes she wants that you cross the boundaries, cross her boundaries, that you will be investing in her in a short time period. So sometimes I do bombing game. I do text, text, text. Oh yeah, let's meet up. I try it again. So pushing forward and show that you really want her and showing investment in her. She really liked that. So this whole mentioned chapter about non-neediness is so much in the overdrive, and is not leading to tough, persistent, charismatic guys who show really effort towards the women. So you have the title is already strange. Attract women through honestly. No, it's about social calibration. Secondly, the non-neediness philosophy to start with is preserving men to take action towards the women, and that is really needed. The man has to take action, The women is not coming towards the men. They watch a little bit with their eyes, but they're not coming to the man. You need to take action as a man. And yes, I agree. On page 15, there's also something good about this book, is that if you are in an abandoned situation, a really, really abandoned situation, that then it will be, if you're going along the 3-4 dates with a woman, you create a highly emotional investment. So that's also in my situation. If I go along with some women, it is a heavily emotional investment of my um, gas tank, right? I can spend only 100% fuel towards different multi-people women. So I'm really careful with who I goes for the long time, because it's also emptying you the emotional investment what you are doing. But in his situation, for the public he fight for, these guys have not that abundancy level where they can select the women on emotional base. So on page 15, right, analyze, but is mostly not the stage of the men who are reading this book. So more and more abundance in your life, and you create that to social calibration and take action. Then you create abundance in your life, and then you select carefully with who you step in a healthy relationship. Yeah, they're all text is very simple, even if how to, what kind of clothes you have to wear are inside with pictures, that you have a tight suit, and that you wash your hair and whatever. That's so fucking simple, writing down here. So it's not so interesting book to read. It's also what I mentioned. It is really writing from the dating experience with women. So I read also a page. Yeah, you have to go on salsa. You have to go to cooking classes. You have to go to school classes to maybe you go to the theater school and classes, whatever. What kind of crap this guy is writing down here? I have no time for that, guy. I have no time to go to all those school classes and salsa lessons and TV shows and what kind of thing you mentioned on that page, man. I seduce women on the street. So I miss here the day game. I miss here the night game. It's really focusing on dating women in small social circles. What's that the future? The future is that you talk to a woman in the club, that you talk to a woman in real life on the street. I mean, I have no time to go in all those small circles in hoping that my salsa partner is probably falling in love with me, right? So that's not the new world, right? I have no time for all this so small social museum visit classes to go to, or all those model parties where so many guys are coming through. And probably she goes with a small social circle group of guys, of directors, of TV presentators. So you have to clinch in that group, and it goes years of building there the comfort. I have no time for that. I have no time to meet those women in the social circle. For me, is that a scarcity situation. I meet models, high value, beautiful women around on the street. I do day game. I say hi, nice to meet you, let's have a walk, and I walk to my studio. That saves me so much energy to go in every small social guitar playing group or whatever, right? So I miss here the day game, the night game, and also online dating. I miss here the analyzing. Um, yeah, page 201, that's the right point. Use humor, make jokes with women, yes, always in conjunction with leading her. That's a correct way of thinking. So I can be very playful, joking, humorful, but always in conjunction with leading capacities and always in conjunction with touching, by the way. I touch the women who I met. If it's social appropriate, there's a little bit social calibration here, not freaking out here, but I touched women so much because ultimate form comfort and love is going through touching, and you really feel her energy, and you can learn what she wants and what she not wants, and she show it with you how far she wants to go physical wise. But humor, yes, you could use jokes. Depends on the women. If she's very dominant or it's a very tough blueprint there, I can be also very serious way of being that the humor is not appropriate in this situation. Yeah, something else very ridiculous what he's saying. He's saying on page 216, he's saying, yeah, a great way of initiate physical contact is to giving high fives to women. Um, yeah, that is so crap. Giving high fives to women. Um, Now it is sometimes if a women say, "Wow, it was yesterday my birthday," so wow, wonderful, high five, congratulations, and I pick her hand a little bit, right? But in clubs, giving high fives on dates, in your conversations, it will be really lowering your attraction value. If you come in a club and you give every woman high fives, I knew a dating coach who were doing that. They place you in a social value and absolutely not in a social, in an attraction system. So you think, oh, this guy is giving high fives in the club everywhere. He wants attention, or is it a seducing trick, or whatever? It plays you as the kind of social guy, the strange social guy, but it delivers not really attraction. More attractive is you pick her hand, right? Or you hug her and you touch your back. You touch her back. That is much more attraction value than giving high fives away. So also there I was really smiling about this crap information, and actually it is crap information for the crowd. It is for the normal guy who have time to go to piano lessons, cooking classes, yoga lessons, travel groups, dog parks we have to go, wine tastings, art galleries, business network events, concerts, political organization of events, self-help seminars. Yeah, with religious groups, we have to go to anything to find women over there. Guy, I have no time for that. I'm too busy with fucking around. I'm too busy with all the dates I met through day games. So this knowledge is knowledge for in the matrix. And if you want to step out of the matrix, I recommend to get day game coaching. I give those boot camps, I give those seminars, I give this one-to-one teachings all over the world, especially also in Amsterdam, my home base town. So day game leads to a lot of bunch of dates with high value women, and you don't have to serve the time and energy to meet her in small social dynamics where you need also a lot of dates, by the way, to know her, because she knows that you probably come back to this classes or this gym, so she don't want to have trouble there. So also there's a big chance that she rejected you because they know that all the guys are coming to salsa classes to find a woman, right? They know it. Oh, you're this type of guy who only want to dance and hoping that there's a woman for you in this salsa lessons. So she knows this and she select carefully too. So you have to need to spend also so many dates to come to intimacy there in this small social circle. So also there it's a time lose, effort lose if you compare with day game where you matter outside the matrix system, and she knows you don't meet her again on that same spot on the street, right? And she can block you if she wants later, if she don't feel connected or whatever. So day game is a missing point in this book, and that was actually my analyzing about this book, Models from Mark Manson. I go fast to the next book. Bye bye.